Hi, welcome to my channel if you're new here, or welcome back. My name is Debbie and I am the founder and creator of Rebel Therapy. And we have been doing a major Arcana series on the tarot in the hopes to teach folks how to work with the tarot, how to interpret the cards, and maybe gain some additional knowledge or just give you a little courage to move forward and start reading for people because you feel like you have a better grasp on the card meanings. Okay, so for today we are up to card 13. We're on the Death card. So the Death card is the card of Scorpio. It's also the card of birth, death, and rebirth. That spiral, that circle of regeneration. And so when we think about Scorpio, think of the time of the year when a Scorpio person is born, right? It's in November. And so this is the season in which things begin to die, go into hibernation, settle in for a winter season, for a season of quiet, a season of rest, a season of less abundance, perhaps. And I'm thinking in terms of what we grow, right? Our produce, our the things that we grow in this summer and early fall. So when we are thinking in those terms, I think it's easier to understand what the Death card represents. Now here we've got a Grim Reaper type on a horse with people being trampled. There's tears. It's a real, right, the symbolism, there's the sun is out, but there's a real symbolism here of death. Now the card, I don't want you to worry, the card is not a literal interpretation that if this card is pulled while you're doing a reading for someone that it indicates they're going to die. Absolutely not. What it does provoke, what it does lend itself to asking is what in your life needs to go? Where in your life do you maybe need some rest, some repose, a time out, time to rework, to rethink, but mostly to rest? Where are you on the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth? We hear a lot in the communities of astrology and tarot. If you watch other readers on YouTube or elsewhere, they're always repeating this phrase that, to be honest, makes me a little nuts. But letting go of what no longer serves. Right? These things get said so often that they become almost meaningless, which is why I don't like them after a certain period of time. But that is, in fact, the concept here, is that there is something, perhaps, in your life or in the person who's come to you for a reading, in their life that requires a little bit of examination. Are the people in your life going to move with you to the next leveling up that you're doing? Is your current job one that is meeting your needs and is it's something that's sustainable? Is your current living environment, maybe you've outgrown it and it's painful to think about or scary, or right there, maybe you feel you don't have enough resources to do anything about that. The Death card is merely asking the question, asking you to do the exploration around whether or not these areas or some of these areas in your life might need some attention. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to take action right now, okay? He's marching on a horse. It is indicative of movement, but it's movement at your pace. It's moving out of one thing and toward something else. But what we know about that is that it doesn't happen overnight. It isn't typically in one fell swoop. It's a portal that we move through, right? It's a transitional place. So there is no need for panic or worry here. It's indicative of a time that you are entering. And remember, major arcana cards are archetypal energies, meaning that we will likely be moving through them for some period of time. This isn't going to, happen on a Monday. You decide that things are not sustainable, and on Tuesday you make the change. You could do that. I wouldn't advise it. The major arcana cards are archetypal energies that we are moving through that require a bit more time and attention and care. Okay? So when the death card presents, it's asking you, take some inventory. What is changing? What about you has changed? What about you needs to change? Is begging for change? What about your situations and environments are also in need of change or begging for a change? And giving yourself the time, the rest, the space to figure that out. Or helping your client who comes to you asking for a reading and this card comes up, helping them determine a best way forward. Maybe they take one small action. Maybe they're nowhere near action yet. And it's just about, is there something in your life that you feel needs changing? And maybe that's why you came in for a reading, right? Scorpionic energy. Scorpionic energy is not afraid to delve into the depths. Scorpionic energy is not afraid of taboo subjects. They're not afraid to go deep. The death card is asking for that level of depth. Not all at once, but over time. Okay. I hope that's helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.